Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today's tutorial we are going to make this bag. We are going to make this bag. So I posted this bag last time on my social media account, and you guys asked for a tutorial in my TikTok, also on my Facebook, and also here on YouTube when I posted it. You guys asked for a tutorial. So here is the tutorial for the bag. I know it takes longer time for me to make the tutorial because the previous ones that I made, I lost a lot of clips of the video, so I have to sit back and make another bag because the previous one I made is for a customer. So here is this bag. I made this personally for myself. So yeah, so this video is very detailed and the step-by-step tutorial, and it's very simple to follow. All I will just have to say to you guys, especially for beginners, intermediate and still understand, but for beginners, please, you have to take your time to watch the video. Even intermediate, you have to take your time to watch the video well before making the bag, because this bag has a lot of sections. It has the handle separate. You have to make the belt separately. You have to make the cover separately. So you have this side part. So you also have to make the upper part. Sorry, you have to make the upper part also. So you have to make the mini pot, the cover, and you also have to make the lining. You have a lot of things to do. So all you just have to do is just to take your time, watch the video thoroughly before making sure that you step into making the bag. Though this tutorial is the part one, I'm also going to drop the part two. So you just have to stay tuned and click on your notification box so you're able to notify when I drop the part two. So it's very detailed, like I said, and it's a step by step. It's just the basic stitch. It's just the basic stitch that you're going to use, which is the single crochet stitch. So you just have to take your time, watch it, and make sure you follow me, please, and click on the notification bell so you'll be notified when I drop the part two. Okay, so let's go straight to the video. So yeah, the materials we'll be needing. We'll be needing this bag lining to line in the bag. Then you're going to make use of your lighter to bond. Then you're also going to make use of scissors to cut. Also, you're also going to make use of buckle, which is in silver color. I'm going to make use of this buckle in silver color. So I'm going to make use of 5 pair. We make use of this. Make use of this also, which is orange. I think I got this right. Orange in silver color also. We're also going to make use of this pin. I don't know what it's called, but it is pin. Let me show you how it looks. We're going to use it and pin to pin the bag. Then I have this in 2 packs. Sorry, in 3 packs. So I have it in 3 packs. And we have this, which is the back bottom pin. Back pin. So this is a screw one, the one that has screw. So it has screw. You can screw this and unscrew it. It's not that one that you just put in and pin down. This one you're going to screw it. You can also make use of the one that you can pin down, or you make use of the one that you can screw and unscrew, is your choice. Also, we are also going to make use of zip. Then also going to make use of this thing, they called it microwave. I think I got this from those that sell these um shoes materials. So that sells shoes material. So I got this from them. Then you're also going to make use of this, which is magic range. magic lock. Okay, magic lock, I got it in two pair, in a pair, magic lock. Then also you are going to make use of your measuring tape to measure. Also you are going to make use of this rope, which is twine rope. It's called inlaw twine rope, or you can call it inlaw twine fishing net. Inlaw twine fishing net. It is in different sizes, but this is size 9. This size 9 has different sizes, so I got size 9. So you can see this how it is. Then I'm also going to make use of this mesh bag. It is called mesh bag, so I'm going to make use of 2, and then I'm going to make use of this hook, which is 3 millimeter hook. So you're going to make use of this yarn. Okay, it's called twine rope, or nylon twine fishing line net. I also call it that way, and it's size 9. So you can also make use of any type of yarn you have. You can make use of cotton yarn, any yarn that you prefer. But I want this because it lasts long. Okay, it doesn't fade, it doesn't have hair. It's long, it lasts long enough. Okay, so let's start. We're going to make use of 4 balls at a time. We're going to make use of 4 balls at a time, which should be 4 strands. Okay, so for us to make this bag, please, you're going to watch to the end, so you're able to understand how to make this bag. Okay, so for us to start with this bag, right, I don't know how to sketch, but I just like jot down or bring down some countings that will, like, I just write down some countings that will make it more clear to us. So for you to make this bag, you are going to decide on the length you want to. So for me, my length I want this bag to be is 9 inches. Okay, that is my length, 9 inches. So then for me to get my 9 inches, I have to make a chain that will give me, that will be up to 9 inches for me to know how many chains I will have. So for my 9 inches, I make a chain. I'll make a chain that is up to 9 inches, and it gives me 40 chains. So 40 chains give me my 9 inches which I want. Okay, so then in that first step, because this bag we have first step and second step, we have steps in this bag. So for the first step, which should be the increasing side, we are going to make a chain that will be 30. More reason I make a chain that will be up to 30 is that when I make a chain, there is, I want, like, when I start to increase, if I should increase the first row and the second row I did not increase, and I increase in the third, then the fourth I didn't increase, doing it that way, I will have to get to my 4 inches that will measure 9 inches. I don't know if you understand it, but let's keep going. You will understand it. So now I'm going to make a chain that will be up to 30 chains. Let's see if it will give me 9 inches, because I want to get to my 40 inches, which should be 9 inches length. So let's make the 30 chains first. Let's see. I'll make my chain. For you to make your chain, you are going to make a slip knot. So once I've already done that, you chain 1, 2, 3, up to 30. Make your 30 chain. So here is my 30 chain. 30 chain. So let's see what it measures. It measures 7 inches. You see, it measures 7 inches for my 30 chain. So it's not up to 9 inches that I want. So now, so once I've already chained one, then you have 31 chains now. So for the first two, you are going to work You are going to make your 30 single crochet. You make a 30 single crochet. You skip the first stitch, then into the second stitch, you're working there with your single crochet. So keep on working single crochet to get to the end, and at the end you have 30. So if you're working more than my chain, make sure that at the end you have a total chain, total stitch of your first of your chain. My chain is 30. I'm going to work a single crochet, which will be up to 30 single crochet. So here I have my 30 single crochet. Okay, so you're going to chain one and turn your work. You're going to chain one, then you turn your work. Okay, into the first stitch there. So this will be your first stitch. So this is your first stitch. You are going to work in there with 2 single crochet because you are going to make an increase. So look at the row 2. You are going to make an increase. This will be 32 because you are going to increase 1 year, then you also increase 1 year, so to give you 32. Okay, so now into the first thing, you are going to work in there with 2 single crochet. This is my first single crochet, 1, then into that same space again, working there with your single crochet, that is 2. So this is your increase in this end. So this is your increase here. So next, you keep on working single crochet in all the stitch to get to the last stitch there. You are going to work in there with your 2 single crochet, and at the end you have 32 chain. So if you are working more than my chain or below my stitch, just know that you are going to keep on working. You are going to keep increasing. When you increase at the first stitch, then the last stitch there, the end stitch, you are going to make it increase. So you keep on making single crochet to get to the end, and at the end you're working with your 2 double crochet. So my last stitch here, this is my last stitch. I'm going to work in there with my 2 single crochet. So it will give me 32 single crochet, which is my second row. Then my third row, I'm not going to make increase. You can see you make an increase here, then the next row you're not going to make increase. You make increase, the next you're not going to make increase. You make increase, the next you're not going to make increase. You make increase, the next you're not going to make. You get to that stitches that you want, that will give you that length that you want, the exact length that you want. Okay, so the next row should be row 3. You're not going to make an increase. You're just going to keep on working single crochet in all of the 32 stitches, and at the end you have your 32 chain, 32 single crochet. Keep on working single crochet into all the stitches till you get 32 to the amount or to the length or to the stitch you're working for. End of my row 3, then your row 4, which should be your 34, you make an increase here, then you make an increase here. So for you to do that, you chain 1, then you turn your work. Once I've already turned into that first stitch, this is the first stitch there. You're working there with your 2 double crochet because you're going to make an increase. First single crochet, into the same stitch again, you're working there with your single crochet. So this is your increase. So you keep on working single crochet till you get to the end, and at the last stitch here you're working there with your 2 single crochet. It will give you 34, 32. This 1, 2 in a stitch. Then to this place it will give you 34. Then after, then in your next row, which should be your 5th row, you are not going to make an increase. Then 6th row you make an increase, 2 increase here, increase at the end, increase here, increase at the end, you have 36. Then the next you're not going to have 36. You're not going to increase, you're just going to make 36 stitch. Then the next you increase, the next you're not going to increase, the next you increase, so you get to your length. Okay, so I'll keep on working increase and not increase in the next row till I get to my 40 stitches. Then I'll meet you when I'm done. Next row, which is 40 stitches. 40 stitches. So let's take the measurements. Let's see what it measures. You can see it gives me 9 inches. This is the length I want. So yours might be longer or shorter than mine. So this is the inches. This is 9 inches. This is the perfect size. So here is the step 2. Now you're going to keep on working single crochet into all the first 40 stitches to get to 25 rows. Okay, so for you to count your row, this is how you're going to do it. You identify it. Look at the way it is. This line at the middle shows that this is 2 rows. Okay, this is 2 rows. This is also 2 rows, 2 rows, 2 rows. So you count it in twos. It will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when you count it in each row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It will give you 10 rows. But if you count it in two, like the line shows that it's 2 rows. This is 1 row, 1, 2 is in a row, another 2 is in a row. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 times 5, that is 10. So this is your 10 rows for you to identify it. So now you're going to keep on working single crochet into every row to get to 25 rows. When you count it in twos, it will be 12 rows and 1 row. 12 row plus 1 row. Okay, no, 25 rows, right? So 12 will be 24, right? 12 plus 1. Okay, so let me not confuse you, okay? So just keep on working single crochet to get 25 rows like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to get to 25 rows. But if you are counting in twos, it will be 12 rows plus 1 row. That is 12 plus 1. Okay, that is 24. 2 times 12 is 24 plus 1. That is 25 rows. So for you to continue with the next step, which should be the second step, this is our first step. So for the second step, you are going to chain 1, then you turn, then you keep on working single crochet in each row. Keep on working single crochet in each row. Don't mind if your work is squeezing, it's folding. If it's folding, is the thread, is the nature of the yarn you are using. Okay, that is if you are using this type of yarn. Okay, so you just keep on working single crochet into every. I know it's not fast, because if you are trying to fast, it will sound good. Okay, so you just have to keep on working slowly single crochet in every stitch to get to 25 rows. Then I'll meet you when I'm at my 25 rows. This is my first row for the second step. This is my first row. Okay, so keep on working single crochet to get to 25. Then when you want to count all the rows together, for you to be sure that you are correct, from here to your 25 rows, you will have 35 rows. Okay, 25 plus 10 rows, which I've already have here. When you're done with your 25, add it to this your 10 row here, it will give you 35 rows. So make sure that you keep on working single crochet, no decrease, no increase. Just keep on working single crochet in your stitches till you get to 35 rows. Okay, so I'm done with my row 25. This is it. So if you should count it in each row, this row has to this this line has 2 rows. Okay, so when you count it to 2, let me say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, 2 times 5 is 10, right? That is for the first step that we did for the increases part, and this is for the body of the bag, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12, that is in 2, right? 2 times 12, there is 24. I have my 25 rows here, and this 1 row here, which is 25. So now I have my 35 rows now, because if you count it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 2 times 17 is 34, right? Plus this row, which is 1 row, that is 35 rows. So I have my 35 rows here, which is the body of the bag for the first panel. Okay, this is the first panel for the body of the bag. Now I'm going to move to the base, which is under the bag. Okay, so now we are going to add our stitch marker. This is where we need our stitch marker. Okay, then you're going to pass your stitch marker here. You're going to put your stitch marker here to mark your 35 rows. You put your stitch marker there. Then the other side too, you put your stitch marker there to mark your 25 row, which is the first panel. Okay, so now we are going to make 17 rows for the base, which is under the bag. We're going to make 17 rows, okay, which will give us 3 inches. So let's take the measurement of this. Let's see the measurement. Okay, 7 inches 0.5. Let's put it that way. That is what we got for the first panel. So now we are going to make the base. This is 17 inches. This is 17 rows, which is going to give us 3 inches. So you are going to start now. Once you have already chain 1, then you turn your work into your first stitch, working there with your half double crochet, sorry, your single crochet. What am I saying? Single crochet. Okay, keep on working your single crochet in each stitch, and at the end you have 40 stitches. So I don't know your stitch you are working for, so just keep on working single crochet into all your stitch till you get to 17 rows. And if you are counting in twos, so in twos it will be 8 plus 1. That is in twos. We are counting the rows in twos. It will be 8 plus 1, because 2 times 8 will give us 16. 16 plus 1 will give us 17. Okay, so you keep on working single crochet till you get to your 17 rows. So I'm done with my 17 rows. So if you want to count it, just turn it this way. Just trace the double line so you can count it in two. So this is where we stop at our 35 rows. So let's see if it is up to 17 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In twos is 8, then 8 times 2, that is 15, plus a row, that is 17. So I have my 17 rows, which should be for the under bag. This is our step 3. So we're going to move to our step 4. So you're going to put your stitch marker there, so you can identify where the bottom stop, like the under bag. So you have the stitch marker here, going to this end also. You put your stitch marker there. So you're going to take your measurement, then you see what is measured. So from the beginning here to where your stitch marker is here, you can see you measure 4 inches long. You can see this is where your stitch marker is, and to where your stitch marker is, it measure 4 inches. So that is it. Then you continue the next part. So you are through with our first step. This is the first step, and second step. Then the down part is the third step. Now I'm going to move to the fourth step. Okay, so the first step now is for us to do that same stitch you did here. For you to get the body part, you're going to do, so you're going to make a row which should be up to 25 rows. You're going to keep working single crochet in this row to get to 25 rows. So when you get to 25 rows, you're going to make a decrease that will give us this shape. So it will be, this is our first panel, the under bag. Then you're going to make the second panel of the body of the bag. So for us to do that now, you're going to keep working single crochet in every row to get to row 25. So I've already chained 1, then you turn your work in that same stitch. The first stitch, you work in there with your single crochet. Then you continue and make sure that in every row you have your 40 stitches, or in any stitch you are working with. So you keep on working single crochet in every row to get your 25 rows. Remember we did after our decrease, we did 25 rows here. So you make your 25 rows before you make your decrease. So when you are done, when I'm done with my 25 rows, then we'll make a decrease together. So just keep working single crochet to get your 25 rows. Now together. So yeah, I'm done with my 25 rows. So here is my 25 rows. So I'm going to now after we done the under bag, so we have to make 25 rows, exactly what we did here. So now I'm going to count to see if I'm correct. So you're going to turn it to this place because I count in two. Okay, so this line here, this line is 2 rows, so you count as 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. So that is 12 rows. Then 2 times 12, that is 24. Then I have my 1 row here, which is 25. So now we are going to start the decrease part. To decrease, remember when we start at the beginning here, you can see we make increase, we make an increase. So we make an increase of first row of 10 rows of increases. What we did here, make it here. So now we have already done the body part, which is 25 rows. Remember we make 25 rows after the 10 rows here, we make 25 rows, right? So we have already done the 25 rows here. We are going to make a decrease of 10 rows. Here we make an increase. So here we are going to make a decrease. Okay. Then this is it. So the first row for the decrease will be 40 stitches, which is the normal stitches we are working for. Then for you to do that, you are going to start working double crochet to the end of the stitch, which will give us 40 stitches. I don't know what you are working for, so just keep on working another row of that same stitches. So you are going to chain 1, then you turn your work, then keep working single crochet into all your stitches till you get to the end. Then the next row, which will be the row 2, you're going to make a decrease. Okay, you're going to make a decrease. You can put your stitch marker here just for you to mark where you stop. Let's put our stitch marker there. So this is where the 25 rows stop. So you're going to put your stitch marker here just to mark it, so you know when you are done with your 10 rows. So this is where your stitch marker is for the 25 rows. And I'm going to also put your stitch marker from the other side. So now you are going to keep on working single crochet into all the stitches you get to the row, to the end, sorry, and at the end you are going to have 40 stitches. So whatever stitch you are working for at the end, make sure that you have that same stitch, total number of stitches you are working for. So for this step 5, I've done my first row, which is 40 stitches. I've done it. Then the next row will be row 2. You're going to make a decrease, and at the end we are going to have 38 stitches. Then for you to do that, you are going to chain 1, then you turn your work. Once you turn your work, you are going to insert your hook into the first stitch, then pull out the loop. You don't have to close it. Then you move to the second stitch, you pull out your loop, then you close. You have 3 loops on the hook. You have 3, then you put through all the 3. So that is your decrease. You have already decreased. So now you are going to keep on working single crochet into all the stitch. So you get to second to the last stitch there, then you make a decrease. So yeah, I have my 2 stitch left. You can see my 2 stitch. So I'm going to insert my hook into the first, into this stitch there, then I'll pull out the loop, then into the last stitch. Don't have to close it. Then into the last stitch, you insert your hook there, you pull out the loop. You have your 3 loops on the hook, then pull through. That is your decrease. So when you count it from the first to the end, you're going to have 38 stitches. Okay, so that is your decrease. You decrease here, you decrease here. So you are going to have 30, because one stitch is out, another stitch again is out, so you have 38 stitch. So for the next row, which should be your third row, you're also going to repeat that same stitch, which should give you 38. You chain, you turn your work, you keep on working single crochet into all the stitch, and at the end you have 38 stitch, no decrease in this row. So remember, if you decrease in a row, in the next row you're not going to make a decrease. You decrease in another row, the next row you're not going to make a decrease. So this row, which is your row 3, you're not going to make a decrease. Just keep on working single crochet into all the stitch. So the end of my third row, the end of my third row, I'm having my 38 stitch. Then for the fourth row, you are going to make a decrease, which will be 36, because you are going to decrease here and here, so you are going to have 36. For you to do that, you are going to chain 1, then you turn your work. Once you have already turned your work, you are going to insert your hook into the first stitch. It's a decrease, remember. Insert your hook, then you move to the next stitch, which is the second stitch. You pull out, then you have 3 loops on the hook, then you pull through. You can see. So I said, if your yarn is covered, just leave it. That's the finish of the material, so you just have to leave it to stretch when you start working. Just don't worry when it's full. So you keep on working single crochet to get to the second to the last stitch there, so you make your decrease. And second to the last stitch for the row 4, I'm going to make a decrease. So this is second to the last stitch. Insert my hook, I'll pull up. I'm having 2 loops on the hook, then I'll insert my hook into the last stitch, there. You have 3 loops to pull out. So that is your decrease. So for the next row, this next row, you're not going to decrease, you're just to keep on working, and at the end you have your 36. Then the next row, which will be your row 6, you decrease. Then at the row 7, no decrease, you keep on working till you get to your 30 stitches. Remember, we start with 30 stitches, so you keep on working till you get to 30 stitches. You decrease in the next row, you're not going to decrease. You decrease in the next row, the next row you're going to decrease. Keep on working till you get to row 30. To get row 10 where you have your 30 stitches, then I'll make when I'm done. Yeah, so I'm done with it. So this is it. I'm done with the decrease part, which is 10 rows. If you count it from this, this is where we start. So 1 2 3 4 5. You can see this in two. If you count it in 2 rows, because this line is 2 rows that is there. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So this is it. So this is how long it is. So let's take the measurement and see what it measures. From here to here, it measures 18 inches. So you see, it measures 18 inches. So 18 inches. When you count it in total, it will give you 43 plus 1 row. That is in twos. Okay, in twos. You count it in twos, like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 till down here. It will give you 43 plus this first plus this row, this a row. Okay, so if you count it just a row, 1 2 3 4 5 6, it will give you 87 rows in total. But if you count it in two, each line 1 2 3, it will give you 43 plus 1. Then if you count it in twos, sorry, if you count it in one row, each row, it will give you 87 rows. So now we are going to single crochet round it. So when you are single crochet, make sure you are counting. You count here, you are going to have 10 rows, 10 single crochet here, then 25 single crochet, then 17 single crochet. Then here also you are going to have 25 single crochet. Then you are going to have here 10 single crochet. So in total you are going to have 87. Then when you come here to single crochet again, you are going to have 30. Okay, so for us to start to single crochet round it, this is what we are going to do. We are going to chain 1. So once I've already chained 1, we are going to insert your hook into this stitch there. into this stitch, you're going to insert your hook here. That counts as one. So you'll be looking at it. The next stitch there, you insert your hook. 2. Make sure you are counting. 2, then 3. The next 4, then the next 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and this is 10 where our stitch marker is. We're going to remove your stitch marker and go in there to your 10 single crochet. You see that? Then you continue 11. So you continue to, when you get here, to make sure you have 87. Then I'll meet you. If you are doing more than, just make sure that you count it very well, total. Whatever the total of what you have here will be what you will have in this side as your single crochet. Okay, that is your finishing, right? So continue, I'll meet you there. So I have my 87 single crochet here. So you're going to single crochet round here. Remember we chain 30 here, so you're going to have 30 stitches here. So you're going to chain 1. Once I've already chained 1, so into that same space here, you walk in there with your single crochet. You count it as 1. In the next stitch, 2. In the next stitch will be 3. So you keep on working single crochet till when you get here, when you get to your 30 stitch, you chain 1, then you continue to chain. You chain 1, okay. When you get to your 30 stitches, you chain 1, then you continue to make your single crochet round it, and make sure at the end you have 87. Then you make your 30, and I'll meet you when I'm done with mine. So I've gotten to my 30 stitches, single crochet 30, 87 round here, then 30 here, then 87 here. So I'm going to slip stitch. So you slip stitch into the first stitch that you did there. And slip stitch, and slip stitch, then you chain 1. Then when you are cutting off, make sure that you cut it off and have a long seam because you are going to fasten the end. So this is divide it. So I'm going to make sure that you pass the yarn through all the stitches, either by using your hook. It's so tight. You pass it through the stitches by using your use your hook, or use your, just make sure that you pass it through all the ends to your frame. You hide it, then cut off the end, then this eye look and see. So now we are going to make the side of the bag, the two sides. We are going to make the side of the bag. So remember, the side of the bag is 17 rows, right? The base of the bag, the under bag, is 17 rows. This is where I mark as the 17 rows for the under bag. So now we're going to make side of the bag. For us to make side of the bag, we're going to make 17 inches. Okay, the side of the bag, it will be this way. So we're going to, from here to here is 17 rows. So we are going to make 17 chains. So let's start. So for you to make your chain, you are going to make your knot. So if you know that your under bag is more than 17, so you are going to make a chain that will be more, that will be up to your That will be more than 17. That is if your under bag is 17. Okay, you are going to make a chain that will up to 17. So since my under bag is 17 rows, so I'm going to make a chain that will be up to 17. I'm going to start chaining 1, 2, 3, 4. You continue doing that to get to 17 chains, then I'll meet you. So here is my 17 plus 1, it will be 18. So it's 18 chains, which is 17 plus 1 is 18, because I'm going to skip the first chain. So I'm going to skip the first chain into the second chain. You're working there with your single crochet. So you keep on working single crochet till you get to the end of the row, and at the end of the row you are going to have your 17 single crochet. So make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you like, also drop your comment, okay, and share this video to people that would love to have this bag, okay. And I also love to see you tag me when you finish making this bag. I'm going to drop my social media handle in the description box, so you are going to tag me when you are done, okay. I would love to see yours. So you keep on working single crochet to get to the end, and at the end you are going to have 17. So here is my 17 single crochet. So you are going to turn to the next row, you are going to chain 1, then you turn your work, then keep on working single crochet into all the 17 stitches till you get to row 25. Remember, the base after decreasing or increasing, remember we made 25 rows, right, for the body of the bag. So you're going to keep on working single crochet in every of the rows till you get to 25 rows, okay. So you keep on working single crochet into all the 17 stitches to get to 25 rows, and at the end I'll meet you when I'm done. So don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos, okay. So this is my 25 rows. So now you're going to single crochet round 8. So you're going to single crochet here, 25, 17, 25, 17. So for you to do that, now you're going to chain 1. So once I've already chained 1 into the first, this stitch here, the first row, you work in there with your single crochet. Then the next row, single crochet. So in each stitch you are going to work in there with your single crochet, and at the end you are going to have 25 single crochet. So at the end of my 25 single crochet round, then you are going to chain 1 again, because you are coming to the corner, then you chain 1, then into the first stitch there you work in there with your single crochet. So you continue to make single crochet till you get here, you have 17, you chain 1 because you are at the corner, you chain 1, then you make your 17 single crochet. When you get here, you chain 1, then continue till when you get here, you are going to slip stitch here. My 17 rows here, sorry, my 17 single crochet here. So you are going to turn to the other side. So you have already gotten to the corner, so you are going to chain 1. So once you chain 1 into the first stitch there, you can see it, then you insert your hook, you make your single crochet. So you continue to make your single crochet in every stitch till you get here, which is your 25. Then you slip stitch, because we start from here, so you slip stitch there. So the last stitch you are going to chain 1, then you slip stitch into the first stitch there, you slip stitch, which is your finishing. So make sure, since you have 17 here, then 17, 25, 25, so total everything you are going to have 84 stitches. So you chain 1, then you cut off your yarn, then you pass, make sure that you hide it with your yarn or your needle. So this like this. Then you can pass it out this way. Since you're having 4 strands, so you pass through out of here, then having 2 strands, then you tie just to secure it out. Then you cut off and bond. So you cut off, then you bond. And make sure if you are bonding, make sure that it's at the wrong side. This is the wrong side. So this is how the right side will be. So this is your right side. You can see this is how the right side will be. Then this is the wrong side. Okay, we are going to cut off all the excess yarns. So I'm going to make a mini purse. So for you to make that mini purse, remember this is 17 stitches, and this from here to here is 25 rows. Okay, so I'm going to make just a mini purse at the side. So I'm going to start from here because I'm going to leave space here for the joining. Okay, so let me say I'm going to make a 14 chain just for us to have a space here. So you're going to chain 14, and you keep on working single crochet in all the 14, and at the end of the 14 you are going to have how many rows in total. Let's say you are going to stop here. In how many rows? We are going to make it for 20 rows. So let's see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. 2 times 10, that is 20. So we are going to have 20 rows here. Okay, then also here we are going to make 20 rows. 20 rows, it's going to give us 40 plus the 14 here, so it's going to give us 54. I don't know if you understand me. For the mini purse, we are going to make the mini purse this way. We are going to make the side of the mini purse first before making the mini purse and the cover. You understand? So let's now we are going to make 20 rows for here, then 14 for the under bag, then the other side is 20 20 20 40, here 14, that is 54. You're going to make a chain that's up to 54 chain. For you to do that, you are going to make enough, then you make your chain to get to 54. Then I'll meet you there. So I already make my 54 chain. So I'm going to chain one to make it 55 because we're going to skip one stitch there. So these are 54 chain plus 1. Then you are going to skip the first stitch. Then into the second stitch, you are going to work in there with your single crochet. So you keep on working single crochet till you get to the end, and make sure at the end you have your 54 row stitch. Okay, and you're going to make it, you're going to make 4 rows of it. So 54 stitches in each row till you get to row 4. Then I'll meet you. So mind you that if you are working more than, if your purse, if the side of your bag is more than this length, so just take your counting, just make sure you count it very well. Okay, just note what stitches do you want to be what stitches do you want it to be the base and the side of the bag, how many rows do you want it to be, then you count it, then you make your stitch. Okay, so you keep on working till you get to row 4, then I'll meet you. So I'm done with the 4th row. You see, 1 2 3 4. I'm done with my 4th row. So you're going to single crochet round it, and at the end you're going to have 116 rows because this is 54. When you single crochet here down 64, sorry 54, also 54, then you have 4 rows here, 4 stitch here, then 4 stitch here. So you're going to have 164 in total. So for you to do that, you are going to chain 1, because we are at the corner. Then inside the first stitch there, you work in there with your single crochet. Then the next single crochet, that is 2. Then the next single crochet, that is 3. Then the next single crochet, that is 4. So you're at the corner, you're going to chain 1. So into the first stitch, the first, you're going to work in there with single crochet. So you keep on working single crochet till when you get here, you chain 1, then you start, continue to when you get here, you're going to slip stitch. Then I'll meet you when I'm done. So I'm done with it. I've already hide my yarn. You can see now we are going to make, so this is how this is going to be. This will be the base and this will be the side of the mini purse. Okay, so now remember we make here to be 20 rows, here to be 20 rows, then here will be 14 rows. So for us to make, we are going to make a chain which will be 14 rows, 14 chains. We are going to make a chain for the cover, for the side of the bag, mini purse, sorry. Okay, the side of the mini purse we are going to chain 14, then in 20 rows. So for us to start that, we are going to make a chain, should be up to 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So now I have my 14 chains. So you are going to chain 1, which will make it 15. Then you are going to skip the first stitch, then into the second stitch, then you work with your single crochet. Then make sure at the end you have your 14 stitches there. So here is my 14 stitches. So you are going to move to the second row, you are going to chain 1, then you turn your work. So you keep on working single crochet into all the 14 stitches till you get to row 20. That's the side. So you get to row 20. Then when you get to the row 20, I'll meet you when I'm done with mine. So I have my 20 rows, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 2 times 10 is 20. So I have my 20 rows. So I'm going to chain 1 and do the finishing, which is to single crochet in all the stitches. So you keep on single crocheting round it. Remember we are having 20 rows, 20 rows, 14 plus 14. So we are going to have a total finishing of 68 single crochet in each stitch. So you keep on working and at the end you have 68. When you get here, you chain 1 before coming, because when you get to the corner you chain 1 before coming. So continue doing that to get to the end, then I'll meet you. So when you get to the end, you are going to slip stitch, then you chain 1. So you cut off, leaving the long tail. You are going to pass in just make sure that you hide it so well. Look for it and put through key, and secure it, tie a knot. So you cut off, then you bond. So now you're going to work the belt for the bag. You're having four pieces for the 4 pieces of belt for the bag. So for you to make the belt, this is what you're going to do. You're going to chain. You're going to make a knot. Then after making a knot, you're going to chain 35. So this is how we got it. So the belt is going to start from here. This is the base. This is where the base starts. Okay, so remember when we are making this place, this decrease part is 10 rows, right? Then here is 25 rows. Okay, so now we are going to make a 25 chain because we're having 25 rows here, so I'm going to make 25 chain. Then we're not going to make it up to here, let me say 25. Then we are going to have more rows to it so the belt can get up to here. So I'm going, let me say we are going to make 30, just 25 here, then we pick 5 stitches from here, then we are having the 30 chains. So we are going to chain up to 30. So I'm having 1 2 3 4 5. So here is my 30 chain. So I'm going to chain 1 to make it 31. So you are going to skip the first stitch, then into the second stitch, working with your single crochet. So you continue making single crochet into all the stitch, and at the end you have your 30 stitches, and that is your first row. Then you make it to your 2 rows. We are only going to have 2 rows for this. So this is your first row, and at the and you are going to make it 2 rows. So after this you are going to make 1 more rows for the belt. Then I'll meet when I'm up to my 2 rows. So I'm done with my 2 rows. So I'm going to make the finishing. Remember, we are having 30 stitch, so you are going to have 30 here, 30 here, to be 60, 62, 64. So you are going to make a 64 single crochet round. Then you chain, make your first single crochet, then the second single crochet. So because you are at the corner, you are going to chain 1, then into the first stitch, then you work in there with your single crochet. So continue making single crochet till you get to the end here, then you slip stitch, then I'll meet you. Yeah, I'm done with it. So this is how it looks. Then I have 4 pieces of it. 1 2 3 4. So here is the 4 pieces of it. So you repeat it in 4 ways. This is it. Then we have the side of the bag of the mini purse. This is it, the side of the mini purse. Then we also have this is the mini purse side. Then this is the cover. Then we also have the side of the bag in 2 pieces. So this is 2 pieces, the side of the bag. Then the mini purse, 2 pieces also. Then we also have the side of the mini purse also, the side, the base, 2 pieces also. Then the belt, we also have it 4 pieces. Then the cover of the mini purse in 2 pieces, and the body of the bag, which is the full panel of the bag. So this is the time for us to join the accessories and then do the finishing before we move to the handle. So let's go.